Commence primary ignition.
Citizens of the Republic, welcome to another episode of the Clone Wars Revisited by the Virtual Cantina. Tonight, we are going to be looking back at Season 2, Episode 12, The Mandalore Plot. And we are joined by some extras tonight.
Special guest!
JB and Sarah here hanging out with the crew. Whoop.
All right, guys.
You pushing buttons again. All right,
This is why you don't push buttons.
We got it.
Are we centered? Is everybody okay?
So
No.
Sarah and JB move a little bit to...
This way?
No, the other way. Both of you
Other
go
way.
the other way.
Okay.
A little bit
This
more, a
way?
little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Now you look
See,
wonderful.
now I'm
Excellent.
wondering. All right, guys,
Not
hold on
as-
a second. I'm going
Uh-oh.
to do a little bit of surgery. Hold on a
We'll
second.
just talk in the meantime.
Yes.
we
So
will.
excited to
Get
have...
bored with the visual shenanigans going on here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I drank too much last night. So excited to have JB and Sarah here,
Don't worry.
especially for the introduction to the Mandalore.
Oh,
This is
thank you for
Oh.
having us. This is one of my favorite arcs in the
Yes.
whole
So great
series.
to be here. Yep.
We are thrilled.
Talk about
Mark's still catching up. on sleep.
Recuperating.
Recuperating from
stay
San
away.
Diego Comic-Con. Talked to him a little bit earlier today. He goes, we broke down and then jumped for the red eye and managed to get home. And now
He said he didn't sleep a
Wow.
week the whole
Yes.
way home
Oh,
from California to New
dude.
York. And I was like, sir, you need to get some sleep. Go take it down.
That's insane.
not-
Oh my gosh.
Not okay.
Still learning how to push buttons, you guys.
I think we should just get rid of the overlay and have the pictures up there.
I mean, we could.
But it's
I-
so
I don't
pretty.
mind. It's
so
really
pretty.
nice,
So
but
nice.
Ashley sucks at buttons. So,
Ashley, you're making the case here that you have
Hey.
to. Now I'm just not even going to.
That's right.
He's a
You have to make the case.
Actually, is center stage.
Yeah, Ashley is
Sorry,
making
guys.
the case that I'm going to have to get buttons because if she can't
I
effectively
guess.
put everybody in the right place, then that means they're going to go, Skip, you have to have buttons.
Yeah.
Ashley's
No.
a freaking mess. Whoops,
That's
sorry.
the closest one. Okay, Ashley,
All right.
go left or right, and I'll tell you which one you need to go.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What just happened? This looks right to me.
We're there.
We're there.
We're back.
We're back. Okay.
We're back.
Technical
This is why we only
difficulties.
We only have 2 viewers, and this is why.
You thought we were just floaty voices. Yeah, we wanted to keep you on your
You're
toes.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't see me.
We're here. We're there. We're a little everywhere.
Yeah.
That's
So,
true.
Mark, get some rest, man. I know you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
In a much deserved coma, but man,
Right.
like Jeff got to meet the Lawrence brothers and do
Oh,
a
man.
bunch of cool stuff. I know, like tween me would have been so thrilled at Joey Lawrence's autograph. Like I got like the cassette tape that had the facsimile autograph inside, and I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. So I can only imagine what having an actual autograph would be like.
I was just, I know I'm really getting old because I was sitting there looking at that picture and I'm going,
Who are those people?
Me too. Me too. I was doing the emoji that was like,
Sarah, I don't feel so bad now. It's
Did you
like-
guys
I was like,
watch Give Me a Break, Blossom, Brotherly
I did,
Love?
but I
I
couldn't
think
recognize
Blossom
it.
is so right on the
I was
30 years
like,
later.
once you said the Lawrence brothers and Joey, I was like, oh, Oh, those dudes.
Oh, I was like, obviously my fandom has a very narrow vision because I have no idea who these people are.
Well, you weren't a teenage girl. That's how
That might have been it. That might have been the trick.
or a
I was a
tween.
teenage girl, but it was in a little different era than when you were a teenage girl. Is the problem I think we're recognizing here? Yeah, just a little bit.
It's all
So-
good.
Sarah and JB, what did you guys get into this weekend?
What we do?
Old boring people stuff. Just working on the house, getting our kids ready to go back to college.
Yeah.
A lot of adulting, a lot of real lifing stuff,
How
which
many
is
kids
why
do you have?
it's really nice to be here and doing nerd stuff on Monday nights. Get rid of the Monday blues, right?
Yes.
We have 2 boys, Ian and Tyler. Ian is 21 and Tyler is 19.
There you go.
So
Good.
Ian's a senior this year?
Will be.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, he has 1 semester senior plus to get rid of some of those extra pesky credits for his.
Always the stragglers.
They don't apply. His degree is in the College of Engineering, but he's not an engineer. So there were all these mandatory classes he had to take his first 3 or 4 semesters that don't apply to his major, and that kind of just 8 credits bumped him over. And we were like, we could be really mean and try to force you to take summer school, or make you lose your mind your last year in college, or we could just pay for the 8 credit hours. So we went for that option.
There we go.
College
It's a
tour for the
scam.
youngest. But, I mean, we did finish up Doctor Who, right? We finished up
The final season of Doctor Who.
Doctor
Yeah.
Who with the boys. Our second watch.
That's right. I forgot about that. We did do that. Yeah, it was our second
so that was fun.
second time around. And
That
then I
was
had
our-
to do the
their
deep
nerd
dive on all of the reshoots and the changing of stories because the evil mouse is the one who holds the rights to Doctor Who.
I'm getting. I'm in the middle of a political rewatch of West Wing.
Yes. What season you in?
Season 6.
Ooh.
So
Ooh,
they're
yeah.
just getting into the post Bartlett era
Yep.
election.
Mhm.
Vinnick has just announced his candidacy, and Baker, the governor of Pennsylvania, has not dropped out. He goes, was never in it. He goes, but I'm just making sure that everybody knows I will not be a candidate. And then, but then I want to get into Star Trek, Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds. New season's out now. Yep.
That dropped. Yeah, I know. We've been.
They dropped the whole thing, or are they doing it week by week?
I think it's week by week.
We
Then
haven't
I think-
got into it yet.
I will be watching something else for a while because I'll wait until 2/3 of it is dropped, and then I'll start.
Well, I'm really struggling
so
with
cool.
Paramount right now too. I'm sort of
Yeah.
PBS and
Yeah.
all the nonsense they're pulling. I'm like, man, that just does not align with Star Trek values, y'all. I'm
I've
sorry.
been a fan of Colbert since the Colbert Report.
Mhm.
Right?
Don't mess with my boy, CBS. Seriously,
Yeah,
don't.
that's bottom of the barrel, man.
He's towing the company line right now because he's listening to everybody give them a hard time, but at the same point in time, I heard him on one of the little social media blast things going, saying something to the effect of, "I thought it was a good partnership."
Well, sure. I mean, they have a lot of history together, and that's what's so tragic about it is when you have, as happens so frequently in Star Wars, most particularly the Clone Wars, if I can tie it in, you have that one moment where everything turns, right? You have this long connection in the storied past, and then all of a sudden, you have this
Execute
one
Order
thing.
66.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I believe that if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? At the
Mhm.
same point in time, I do. There's a little truth in the nugget that the what do you call it? The what's the word for it? That style of show that people aren't staying up and watching late night TV like they used to when Leno or even
Carson,
more like
yeah.
Carson. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with Carson and David Letterman, and I'm sitting there going, that era of that late night TV is not as successful as it used to be. I watch more Colbert on social media than I do on television.
I was just going to say that. I'm like, but it has a second life. It has a second cycle. It has a wraparound content.
Well, I wonder if
through social media,
I would wonder if it wouldn't do better on a streaming show where
Well,
people
they
get,
about to find out because
yeah.
CBS did a certain thing, and they about to find out.
So I do
Yeah.
wonder. I mean, it's I'm I'm no fan of the president and any of the shenanigans that go on in the corporate world, but I also wonder at the same point in time is because Colbert is kind of like, yeah, I thought it was a great partnership and so forth, that there is a little bit of him that knows that that era of television, or that era of it being on broadcast television, might be just a little bit of the problem too. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's the most popular late night show. Like, it does better than Fallon and Kimmel.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And they still came to his rescue and stood up for him. I mean, that
for
was the other
sure,
thing.
because what affects
yeah.
one affects them all ultimately.
Mhm.
What else are they going to be censored for?
Well, they don't want. Well, they also don't want to be the the next one to be put on the chopping block of like okay,
Yeah.
now we have to be careful about what we say about the president or any
Exactly.
politician, because if they got
It's
power,
a dangerous precedent. That's what we're saying.
President is definitely the word of the day.
Well, and it's particularly horrible because it wasn't even about him. It was about the merger.
Yeah.
That's the really horrible part, is it's not even about free speech or satire. It's about money. Yeah.
Always.
Dr. Heather Cox just says, always follow the money, and look at right where it leads you. And to me, that's, I think, the part where even Steven is like, ugh, ew, that's yucky.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to fire me, fire me. If I'm not successful, fine. But don't use me
honestly,
to get your merger.
he
That's
kept
gross.
the late night going during COVID. Like, he did his show
Mhm.
from essentially a closet
Yeah.
and then got to have a home studio. So
Yeah.
he was the reason why they stayed successful during COVID.
Exactly.
So
And
yeah,
it'll
I
be
was-
really interesting to see what the future is. I love how we're kind of talking about the past versus the future and the present and the changes and everything. And that is very much a common theme that we kind of see in these next few episodes of the Clone Wars. So here we
Totally.
are, even 20 plus years later, and Star Wars is mirroring real life.
I can't tell you how much.
And not in a nice way.
It is
Bridget and I
relevant.
I'm watching The West Wing, and Bridget will sit down and watch it a little bit with me, and she'll be like, "This is 20-some years later, and we're still dealing with the same crap that that was pertinent, in the early 2000s
Yeah.
on that show." It's amazing how
So I know
There was
you're
a lot of-
right, but you said 20 years ago, and then you said the early 2000s. My brain just went.
it was like 1999 to 2006, I think, was the run of that show.
Yeah. Oh, honey, just wait. It gets worse.
No,
I can't deal with the fact that Star Wars is almost 50 years old because I was born the same summer as Star Wars. Okay, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Send help.
I saw the original Star Wars in the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
gray
hear
hair
ya.
ain't lying at all.
So
I was trying to let it slide, Skip. I was trying to save you, so you didn't have to do that, but you chose to. So
So I was talking to Dave O'Neill, and he and David Lewis had been down in Raleigh at GalaxyCon this weekend. And I was like, oh yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I went to a lot of panels this year because there weren't a lot of. I don't even think there were. Well, no, Giancarlo was there. There weren't a lot of Star Wars actors there, but Brent Spiner was there. Now we can call him a Star Wars actor since he did Rebels.
Rebels.
Sure.
Yay.
Absolutely.
He got his Rebels poster, I think, autographed by. And I was like, oh, son of a bitch, because that was the one that I did. I was like, oh yeah, I want to get Brent on my poster. But we had this interesting conversation because William Shatner loves to do the rounds in Raleigh. I mean, I think he's looking for a second home there. He's up there almost every year, and so he always does a panel, and his panels are always entertaining. But a couple of years ago, he was there, and it was right after he did his space ride. And Dave and I had this theory that he did his panel like within an hour or two of learning that Nichelle Nichols had passed, and so he was talking about space and the mortality and so forth. And I said, well, how was he this time? He goes, oh, he was talking about space again. He goes, but he was a little bit happier. He wasn't talking so much about death. He was talking just about the experiences in that. So.
Chantel says I saw the original Star Wars in the theater when I was 9. Oy.
Oh,
Love
wow.
it.
Okay, see,
I
love
was
this
negative 6.
multi-generational thing.
Yeah, I was.
Multi-generational thing.
I think Chantel and I are born in the same year. I was born in '68.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Twinsies.
Old guy.
That's good. It's great. It's great that we are multi-generational here at the VCN.
Oh yeah.
Something for everybody.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about watching this Mandalore episode.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
It was
So-
really interesting. I was into the Karen Travis books, as they came out. Her books on the clones, and I thought they were really great books. But she was doing those books right as Lucas started putting together the Clone Wars series,
Yeah.
and it conflicted quite a bit. I don't know. I mean, I guess it did and it didn't. About I think those books are still a good read, even with Clone Wars going a slightly different direction.
Yeah.
Not so bad that it was like incredibly wrong, because they still tied into some of that stuff. But yeah, she totally shut down her last book, or they shut it down because it was going in such a different direction than this series was. So.
Oh, I got into fights with people over this series when they mentioned Jango Fett and the definitive statement from Mandalore. I was like fist punch in the air. I was hopping up and down. I was like, "Wow, yeah!" I had a lot of friends who were big Boba Fett fans that were very annoyed that he was hacked off from the official canon here. But I loved it. I thought it was great.
I think. Well, so it's interesting, right? Because what I love about the fact that you have Boba Fett, who's just this like soldier in armor, is sort of the way it was drawn out. It becomes this iconic character, a Mandalorian, right? And we don't know really anything about it. And
that's the source. That's all we know.
That's it. That's what we got. And then we get Jango Fett, and we sort of find out where Boba's lineage comes from. The Clone Wars starts to introduce us, but this is our first look at Mandalore. And now, post the Mandalorian and everything we've gotten from Ahsoka, and we sort of had to, and the line, now watching this, knowing where we're going and the seeds that were sort of sprinkled. And to be honest, George and Dave Filoni had to sort of walk a line, because there was comic books and there was other stuff in the EU about Mandalorians that they sort of had to navigate. And they chose to go away, but it opened up so much storytelling. I think we were probably all surprised when we learned that Mandalore, which is supposed to be this warrior army fighting Jedis over thousands of years, is now pacifist. What? Wait a minute. What does that mean? But it tells us so much about what's going on and the struggles that are actually happening in the galaxy. And it's got a past, and it's going to have a future with foundlings and Death Watch and all the, it's really a brilliant way to bring in this culture that has been sort of, people have wanted for as long as we wanted another Star Wars movie ever since Episode 6.
And I love that it's so much fun to go back and watch this show now with all of the future knowledge that we have and where it's going and how it's going to connect, and hopefully come to fruition in the movie next year. Is it 2026, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm so excited,
Well, think about it. July's almost over, you guys.
I don't want to talk about that.
Right? We're well into the second half of this year.
So,
my kid has to go back to school next month. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Stop rushing my gear. Time. Come on.
I know, right?
It also helps that I have like a job that I actually kind of like, and
Nice.
fly by, and it's like
Little Miss working 6 days a week over here. Look at you go, girl. The hustle.
Yeah, I'm trying. I do it for the muffin.
Oh, look at her. She's so sweet.
I love her so much. Look at her. Yeah, just so you know, you guys, I was staking out Target trying to get these bad boys. These
Love 'em.
adorable little bad boys. And
She got the whole set.
I got the whole set, and then I bought a set for my nieces, so stuff had to happen. Yeah.
Oh, of course you did.
Anyway, with we have San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend, and
Wrapping up, yeah.
you guys got to watch George's panel with Guillermo del Toro and Doug Chang. How did you guys find that?
I found it really heartwarming, to be honest. These legendary figures in Hollywood that have like an incredible talent that I kind of don't even understand. Like, there's no way that I could do anything that these people do, and I respect them so much. They've been recognized in their field. They have, decades of experience, and they are so passionate about this museum. Guillermo del Toro is on the board, and basically George came up with this idea because he's like, I've been collecting this stuff my entire life. I think he said something like 40,000 pieces
He has
Yeah.
so
of
much
art.
art. Like,
And he's like, what am I going to do with this? And he was like mortally offended by the idea of selling it just to make a bunch of money off of it. And he was like, no, 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 no. And I think that's
it's a
where
brilliant idea.
I think that's where the idea for the museum came from. And I was just like,
Now
like I
think
had like
about
little shiny anime eyes. It was kind of like, really? Oh my god, you guys, this is so cool. So
Now
yeah.
he owns originals from so many artists, the Hildebrands, Drew Struzan, of course, many other artists that we know, like common artists, common day artists now.
Brienzo?
No, I don't think he owns anything of mine. I think he might own something of. I think Brian Rude has one of his pieces in George's collection. I'm not entirely sure. Do not quote me on that. But he has many, many pieces of original art, like life-changing original art that George is like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And of course you make it happen because it's George. And not only that, like Indiana Jones properties, everything that he's worked on that artists have contributed to, George has snapped up.
Well, and it really was focused on comic books too. You know, there was such a large part of the panel that was talking about narrative art of comic books and how it creates
he's
this.
Such a fan of that.
Yeah, this common mythology that we all get into and how it inspires us. And I mean, what was some of the things that Queen Latifah was reading off, JB? Some of the stuff that he has.
Oh, Chantel, me too, especially because, you know.
Oh, I know. Midwest would have been awesome.
I know. It would have been, Chicago would have been great.
Now, where is the museum?
LA.
LA.
They showed some aerial shots of this thing, and it is gorgeous. And Queen Latifah was like, I landed in LAX, and I could see the museum from the air. Like, this thing is massive. It
looks like a hoverboard. Like if you look at how the hoverboards are
that's a good.
It kind of looks like that to me.
It's got no right angles.
They described it as a Mobius strip.
A Mobius strip.
So that it just goes around.
So it's kind of like the Guggenheim in that regard, where
it's
just like
they just want you to keep flowing from one to the other. Things like original, like actual smudged art from Charles Schultz's Peanuts from the 50s and 60s. One of the very first
cover art of
Black
Iron
Panther.
Man, Black Panther. Yeah, there's a lot of. George talked about the fact that getting original art when he was young and a college student was so much cheaper than anything else, and so that's how he would. It was all underground stuff too. So if you figured out how you got to it by word of mouth or that, and that's how you collected it because he's inspired visually. Stories and
it makes perfect sense. I mean, you figure about it. When he went to start his movies, he hired Ralph McQuarrie to visualize for everybody else what he was seeing, and said, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I want it to look like. So he's obviously deep in. I mean, his art has been critical in his creations itself. But it's funny because I thought that museum was not going to be about so much art but film. And I was quite surprised when the conversation, I started hearing the pieces on social media, and I was like, hold on, that's not it.
It is the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art, and that just blew me away.
Absolutely love it, and I think it's going to be amazing. Like, he's got one hell of an art collection right now. Oh, we got Jeff behind the scenes.
Jeff's been playing.
Jeff, thank you for pushing the buttons.
We love you, Jeff. Thank you, sir.
I thought
much appreciated.
Doug's
and the audience appreciates it too. Yes, Doug talking about his. Go ahead.
I would say Doug's comment. He's talking about being a young artist when we first met Lucas, and when he started to work and some of his early sketches for episode 1.
He had all these ideas, right?
He said they weren't. He said I look back at them and they weren't that good, and the reason they weren't that good is like I could draw a cool spaceship, but what I didn't have until he learned from Lucas is I needed the story behind the image.
He worked in isolation. It was just my idea.
Until he created the story, then the story is then reflected in the image. Then they became better, and then they became part of the narrative. So for Lucas and for this art, it's all about the story behind it.
For sure.
Yep.
He
Rockwell
was
something
the stories behind it. Yeah, the
I love Rockwell. He's got a museum here in Western Massachusetts.
Do you really? I was actually really shocked. I was like,
Yeah.
George, you're disappointing me, sir. Really?
So
Okay.
Norman Rockwell Museum had an Alex Ross exhibit because Alex and his mother were heavily influenced by Norman Rockwell. So they had all like from their early beginnings, like childhood Peanuts drawings with superhero costumes drawn on them in crayon, to like his mother's illustrative work for like fashion magazines and things like that, and advertisement. It was all here in the Rockwell Museum, and I got to go to that exhibit. Like I drove the 2.5 hours to Western Massachusetts,
I bet you did.
and it was so cool. So if he's got like you see Rockwell's pieces hanging side by side with Alex Ross, and I guarantee you he has some Alex Ross pieces as well because they are incredibly well done. They're gouache. Gouache is an incredibly hard medium. Maybe I'm just a baby when it comes to it, but gouache has always been like my nemesis. Like I can handle watercolor. Don't mess with gouache. It dries too fast. You can't rework it if you need to. But yeah, he's got a lot of. Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate you.
Thank you
It
for
looks like it's
censoring
supposed
us.
to.
Look
Our
at
heads
you.
are all where they're supposed to be too.
All centered in the middle. We kept doing this the whole time. And I'm like,
That's
am I
right.
centered? Am I centered? Jeff
Yeah.
comes in, takes care of it for us. Thank you,
Oh
sir.
yes. So Filoni talks about this episode,
Art.
Cubist style. Art plays
Cubism.
a role in the style of Mandalore, and obviously
It's
probably
culture.
most prevalent is in the painting that's in Pre Vizsla's meeting room.
He's so mad. He's like,
so
this
mad
is
at
a
the
fourth
angle.
convention. He's like, we worked so hard, and then it's like just this little like smudge in the background. He's like, could you not have centered the shot on the really the
But
painting? And they're like,
it's definitely
we're good.
Homage to Picasso.
And the Cubist picture of Satine. Watch out for the portrait of the Queen.
Love
that
it.
also shows up again later in Rebels.
Anna Graves.
Anna Graves. Let me see if I can find the media assets. I know it's in here.
I'm sure you
Don't push any more buttons. Don't push any more buttons. You're gonna mess it all up.
When I met Anna down at the Comic-Con down not too far from my house in Marion, and we're down there, and she was going Bunta, doing it in her voice from the Clone Wars.
The proper Duchess voice.
We're going to be together for Bunta Eve. Ladies and gentlemen, Bunta Eve.
So good. Such a great interview.
I did it!
Such a great interview.
It was so funny hearing her say that down there. And she said it the first time, and I just cracked up laughing. But yes.
And now
looking forward to seeing her.
We love Anna.
Coming up in a couple weeks. Gonna see her.
So this is our first. Yes, guys. I'm gonna advertise this right meow while I have all the buttons open and Jeff is nearby somewhere.
Don't you mess it up, Jeff. You come back in and fix it.
So we have our boy Ski Pruckle advertising some Galactic Pickers lightsabers.
You are not going to show that.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, I'm just going to show this. This is so we have
Galactic Picker
off with code VCN at Galactic Pictures. You get replica and unique custom sabers for a more civilized age.
A more civilized era.
It's more civilized. Oh no!
I love the fact that you can operate those off the app. It is so cool.
Right. So we have Rebel Scum Con coming up on August 8th through the 10th, 2025 at the Frisco Conference Center. Go to rebelscumconventions.com, buy your tickets, and let us not forget, my dear friends, Bunta Eve.
Bunta Eve.
Special Edition Texas is Friday night, August 8th from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. at the Revel, not Rebel, but that'd be really cool if it was. Patio Grill on Preston Road in Frisco, Texas. Adults are $35. Kids under 12 are $30. VIP is $50. Includes priority seating and special swag. We have a host of Star Wars guests going to the show. So many awesome people. Of course, our girl Anna Graves, Diana Lee Inosanto, Nelson Lee, John Dak Morton is going to be there. Marty Matulis, Christopher Sean, our Kaz Shiona. We're going to have the Shiona family here, father and son. Omid Obtahi, Taylor Gray, of course, Warren Prolu. So many awesome people are going to be at the show. Please go. Please say hi to these people. They're not going to be at Rebel Scum Con, so this is your way to meet these guys and hang out with them in a very comfortable, relaxed setting, not the typical con setting. It is brought to you by our premier sponsors at VIP Home Theaters. Engage your senses at VIPHomeTheaters.com, and a host of fellow sponsors: Arter Wigs, Galactic Pictures, Plum Askew, Long Live the Mouse. Let's see.
Colebrook Dale, Travel
Colebrook-
Bazaars and Treasures.
Yes.
Andy's Boat Repair, Mood, Jennifer Leslie. Sorry, I can't quite
I'm
read
glad
that.
you
Small.
can read.
Jennifer Leslie, yep. And my MTA is everybody that has sponsored us. So thank you guys so much for sponsoring the Bunta Eve special
Such
edition.
a great lineup.
Yeah. So tonight we're going to dive into our episode right now. Skip, would you like to read?
Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Obi-Wan and Satine investigate rumors that the Mandalorians have sided with the Separatists in fear that they may have resurrected their Death Watch army.
Oh, no. And if you guys want to read this one.
If you ignore the past, you jeopardize your future.
Oh my God, people take these lessons to heart in life already. Jeez.
She sounds like Anna Graves.
I'm trying. I'm doing my very best.
You can do like Anna Graves voice acting. It's great. So get us back here. Oh, hey.
There we go.
There we go. I pushed buttons. I did it. Yay.
So get your Disney Plus machines ready. Isn't that how Dave always says it?
Something like that. Load
Yes.
your Disney machine.
Disney Plus devices.
Jeff says they need to change the name of the Rebel to the Rebel. Yes,
Absolutely.
they do. For that
Absolutely.
weekend only.
There we go.
What a big B right in the middle there.
Ashley, you got our countdown for us?
Yes. That's another level.
Maybe.
Don't worry about the time.
You guys.
You could do it in.
We
Just
can
count
down for you.
I'm not doing the 30-second countdown. Okay.
No,
All
please.
right,
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Get your Disney Plus queued up, and we are going to start right now.
Don't skip the intro.
Never skip the intro. Never.
My intro was 2
missed the
seconds queued
lesson.
up ahead of time, so I might already be a little ahead of y'all. I don't know.
Yeah, I got the lesson on the screen.
Don't be
right now.
cheating on us now.
Oh, I always cheat. If you ain't cheating,
Spoilers.
you ain't trying, honey.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Diplomacy or deception. Oh, and it's our first look at our girls, Satine, with that fashionable head garb. We thought Padme had all the fashionable head garb going on.
What's that spaghetti that looks like hoops like that? You know.
Yeah. The pasta.
Yeah, the pasta.
I always thought that was her hair
Like
the first time I
penne?
watched this, and then I realized that it was a thing, and her hair went behind.
Her hair
Apparently,
has
this was
stuffed
a
shells.
this was from a failed
Rigatoni.
design of Episode 1. Something that they chose not to use for
Oh.
Padme was a design for the Duchess, and her guards were a failed Sith idea.
So otherwise known as the rigatoni head.
And there you go. It has a much, and here we are. Oh my gosh, those images of Mandalore, and the fact that they come back around in season 3 of the Mandalorian.
I love this layout.
There it is, the
it's
cubist, on the
fantastic.
left.
I
The,
love
She
li-
it.
is.
the lighting in this room, the
Yeah.
shadows, the reflections, obviously.
They built
you
a
touched on it.
whole
Window
culture.
design.
Yep.
A whole culture.
And you can see it. It's like an Ahsoka's armor that she takes from Satine. It's got that in the middle. So it looks like Mandalorian armor in the windows.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
yeah.
Here we go. The little
I'm-
snooty. The little.
We got
Are
this
we ready for it?
jerk face.
Oh yeah, but wait for his line about Jango Fett. I nearly died. I laughed so hard I almost choked. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Let's send out all of our bad
Oh,
guys.
they
to the
died out
moon.
years ago because that just is so successful in the past. I love this right here. I recently, as in episode 2.
A common bounty hunter.
Mhm.
Nar.
You're not a Mandalorian, y'all.
My shining Jedi Knight.
Oh. Yeah, I gotta admit, when she first walked on screen, I was like,
It's a very regal flirtation.
Excuse me? Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
No. You're not coming after my Obi-Wan.
The
No.
flirts.
It didn't
Mhm.
take long for me to get on board, but at first I was like, excuse me? You think you're worthy of Obi-Wan? No.
Well, even Obi-Wan was a little snarky at the beginning. We must not keep the Duchess
Oh,
waiting.
well,
I know.
Are
Okay,
snarky by nature.
Jay and I were talking about this, but you guys have followed it more recently. I feel like this is one of the first times we actually see snarky Obi-Wan. Like, he's always had a bit of an edge, but like actual full on in your face, not thinking about it or muttering under his breath, like right at you. I think she brings it out in him. I really do.
Because no one knows how to push your buttons like people you love.
Even with
So
exactly. Even with Anakin, he's a bit irksome, but to actually bring out the snark, I think it's Satine. We sound defensive.
Dare you use mine.
Clearly.
It's amazing, though, what story-wise, what they've just thrown at us, right? You've got
yeah,
Mandalore for the first time, which is desolate.
Mhm.
So what's going on there? You have now a society it's pacifist, but it's got this rogue. There's a history clearly between the two of them, but we don't know quite what that is. There's
and the
all
eyes
these
there.
little
The eyes between the two of them, like the fight of the regal eyebrows, like a walk of the city, a walk of the city, yes, a walk of the
As
city.
soon
Are
as
you
she
sure? Yes, I'm
realizes
sure.
that
Gotta protect
the
my
Jedi
hands, like-
Council sent him,
Yeah.
her attitude completely changes. It's like,
Yep.
oh, the
Yeah.
Senate didn't send
That was
you?
huge.
Okay.
3 minutes into a show, and you've already have about 4 or 5, 6 layers going on.
We've got 20 minutes worth of talking points right there. Like, pow.
By the way, I had to draw her wearing this garb, and that little, like, see her headpiece, like, right in the middle there with all the, like, filigree and stuff around it? That is a bitch to draw. I hated this costume so much. So the chance I could put her in that one where she's wearing navy and she's got the glowing part on the back of her head and that's it. I was so on board with that. I was like, thank God I don't have to draw that stupid flower headpiece anymore.
This is incredibly complicated. Oh, I just think this is, I mean, I love Satine so much, but my God, honey, how naive can you be?
For real.
It's not a movement. It's just a couple of hooligans. Oh, really? And then it literally blows up in your face. I mean,
you guys sent these people to a place above you. What do you think is going to happen?
You send it to a separate moon and you give them their own governor? That's a great idea. I'm sure that's going to work so well. And here he is.
There's Dooku.
I hate him so much. I want to beat him with his own lightsabers. I swear.
Anakin knows that. It's fine.
Beheading was too good for him. I'm serious.
Well, at least he didn't try to take him into custody.
We needed to make a pinata out of him for a while. Let the younglings take a couple whacks at him. Just, I
always find the relationship between the Mandalorians, especially Death Watch, and the Separatists, and then we go watch Rebels. How many years is that? 15 years later, and the relationship between the Mandalorians and the Empire.
Yep.
I
mean, he talks about how much Mandalore has prospered since he left, So it really hasn't been that long since they booted out the doors. Yep, there we go. That's what I said.
Boom, boom.
He shielded her right there.
Literally blew up in your face, sweetheart. It's not just a few hooligans.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it's an off-worlder. Well, technically, he's a mooner, so,
Obi-Wan is more on top of it than those guards are.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I think what's interesting is that Obi-Wan is taking charge here.
Use the Force, buddy. Use the Force.
Which is something that Satine doesn't want, right? I mean, that's what Death Watch trying to push. They're trying to push the Republic onto the planet to then cause a populist reaction against them
and she knows
against
that,
Satine.
right? Yeah.
And so, but Obi-Wan is playing that, and of course, we just had their banter or her kind of questioning him and is he still following the Jedi values?
Ouch.
So there's this back and forth in their walk to begin with.
And he keeps
Now that
saying,
he's
I'm
in
here
the
to
middle-
talk. I don't want to hurt you,
Yeah.
I said this to Jason. These people have lightsabers. They have spaceships. Why does nobody have a freaking mobile camera? Take some pictures. Take some video here. It's not just Obi-Wan's word against everybody. Could we just videotape this guy? Me saying, I only want to talk. I'm not going to hurt you.
He does the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hate that we don't get a translation here
Translation.
as to what they're actually saying.
What's he saying?
She doesn't actually tell him, which is a big it's a big red flag for me. She doesn't want to tell him what he said.
He was speaking in the dialect they use in Concordia, our moon.
Mm-hmm.
But even all that, she's treating him like a fellow citizen, not necessarily like an enemy. I
found
really
that
appreciate
fascinating.
her care for him, who's just someone who just tried to blow her up, right? So,
Yeah, you were just involved in the death of one of my citizens.
yeah. She's trying to find a peaceful way to collectively live together as Mandalorians, despite their past. They're warring. I mean, and it's a warring. It's not them. I mean, this episode focuses on Mandalorians versus the Jedi, especially in the second half. But we also know that Mandalore has gone through civil wars and
repeated civil wars.
Repeated
it was
civil
the
wars.
clans against each other. Yeah,
which is what desolated the planet. So she's trying to turn that, and this is her means of doing so. And
okay. So does anybody else think that they're mining Beskar on Concordia? They keep talking about the mines before the end of our wars.
Assuming so. It looks metal when you get to this the
They're
processing.
definitely ore of some kind out of there. Why would they continue to mine if it wasn't Beskar, right?
And Satine has to change clothes, of course.
Of course.
To go slum with the commoners, you know.
Got to travel.
Well, she's not going to put him off with her outfit, right? Like that's not,
Vizsla.
Mm-hmm.
Bastard.
He's working to find the members of Death Watch. Yes.
Oh, I see, really. How very
Right
convenient.
there. Just saying. Oh, I see a few of them. There we go.
It's really easy to find people you're recruiting.
Also, Jon Favreau.
Yes, his
Y'all.
introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Here he is.
First dipping his toe into the Star War before Mandalorian.
Who knew?
I know. Look at us. Look at us.
You're here under my protection.
Please try not to cause problems.
Don't cause problems.
Asking too much forever.
Where none yet exist. There are problems, sweetie. They're there. You're just not looking at them. You don't want him to uncover these problems that are going to literally swim up and bite you in the ass. I'm sorry. Rather interesting looking moon.
There's the picture.
There it is! That's the Mandalorian Jedi. First and only.
Let's meditate.
Mm-hmm. Only thing you can't argue with the Jedi about is their need to meditate, right?
He's gonna go meditate and find some Death Watchians.
So Obi-Wan does have this habit of going out on his own and getting captured.
I know.
It's
Without a camera. Without a camera
Without
or
a
a
camera.
video to prove what he has to say. And then everybody's always like, the Jedi is lying.
And he's like, I didn't kill him. And she's like, that's why I'm still talking to you.
Mhm.
Ahsoka, come watch the show.
Jetpacks. There they are. It's the
The helmets.
jetpacks. Mhm.
Cool helmets.
Eh,
Ouch.
Little ma'am, what are you doing? She's doing the single claw tap on my arm, like, hello.
Oh, hi.
Pay attention to me. Of course you don't.
I'm gonna punch you in your armored face.
I
Mhm.
see. I'm like, Obi-Wan, what are you doing? Go for the soft spots. Go for the soft spots. Ouch. Oh,
He only got caught because it works for the story.
double punch to the gut.
Is that-
Don't drink anything, Satine.
Mm.
Meow, meow, meow.
Who stands to gain from these lies? You're looking at him, sweetie.
We're just saying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hard to believe, is it?
Is it though?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the first time we hear about neutral systems?
The first time I remember, but you
Yeah.
guys, you're the ones who've been watching all along, so.
I don't think we heard about any neutral
I think
systems.
it's an interesting one. It doesn't get. I don't think it gets fleshed out that much. But to think about, you've got this
It's
war going on
1,500
between.
worlds, according
Yeah,
to.
I mean,
yeah.
it's a huge faction. It's a huge, part of the galaxy that's trying to.
Yeah, it's not like 5 planets, it's quite a few.
It gives us a different dynamic of the war going on, and
People just really wanting to stay out of it,
a rather long time.
That's because you're doing something naughty, sir. Good idea. I'm about to get killed, lady. I need help.
This is a fun kind of more comedic scene of the whole.
Mhm.
We're dealing with war, treachery,
Espionage.
politics, espionage, and now we've got this. I'm trying to.
Death
Keep a
traps.
straight
I mean, the whole thing.
face.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep a
So
straight
you're
face,
talking.
yeah.
You're nattering in my ear, man.
Well, and I think it's such an Obi-Wan situation to be in, and the fact that there's somebody else that's in the exact same situation at the same time, but just sort of parallel, is absolutely classic. Like Obi-Wan has literally matched his meat, right? I do think it's really cute that his little, Jedi general's skirt is still hanging in its proper place. It's not flopping down around his ears or anything. That's a really good force field. Keeping all your clothes and your hair in
got
place.
wires
like
in it, like the action figures. It's fine.
None of his hair's hanging down. That's a proper force field right there. Keeps you all.
You're literally
secured
in jello.
Yeah, right.
Yellow jello, no less.
It's a disturbance in the hole.
Right.
We're both just gonna run off. It's good. We're fine. Just leave the machine running on its own. We're good.
Come back.
Certainly took you long enough. It's about time.
Be patient.
I'm a little short. I don't want to get squished. Okay. Forgive me for being a bit snarky. I mean, she really did cut it close.
Just a little bit.
This is why did they do this?
I don't know. I guess that's how you get a 3-episode arc. I don't know. I mean, this is really smart. I've always been like, oh, you're going to hold my arms? You know I have 2 feet, right, dumbasses? Yeah. And it worked rather well.
He's just throwing around Mandalorians. You're all fine.
Okay, this is one of the few times that Satine ever annoyed me. I was like, excuse me? They just tried to murder me. Like, and you're getting snarky telling me I enjoyed it? Pardon?
But you weren't killed. Just saying. You could have been, but you weren't.
And what was I supposed to do? Tip my thanks and let them walk off? Like,
Exactly. It reminds me of like The Hangover. But did you die?
There's a very large part of me the first time I watched this episode that I really just wanted him to let them shoot Satine and be like, "Oh, look at where your nonviolence got you now, lady. I guess that worked to deflect all the bullets, huh?"
Yeah,
It wasn't me.
Here's-
It wasn't me. It was your,
Well, here he goes. I'm going to stand and
dedication.
fight, and you're just going to stand. I mean, it's like, ooh.
You're just gonna stand there while I take care of everything.
It's cool. It's fine.
I mean, whatever happened to Jedi's being, for peace?
Right up
Keepers
until
of the
somebody
peace.
tries to kill me, and then you get no mercy.
His blaster shooting is like
Yeah.
spot on
Wait.
for like
I
such
know,
an
watch this.
uncivilized weapon. Like
So
right?
uncivilized.
Yes, I was about to say, there you go.
Doesn't mean he's not good at it. He just prefers in a more elegant
Bingo.
weapon.
Oh, right in the face with a rock.
And apparently she's so traumatized by it, she needs to go hide in the corner. Oh my god,
Oh.
I threw a rock.
Oh my god.
She's going to get shot
Yeah,
with
that's
a blaster.
gotta cause all kinds of slight little bits of vomit. in
I
that.
threw a rock at a
Ro-
well-armored individual. Whatever
And
shall I do
somehow
with
it's
myself
still
now?
not. I want these Mandalorian rocks. I'm just saying. They're probably made of Beskar.
Beskar.
so-
It's probably a
Right?
Beskar chunk. Yep. No capes.
Nope.
Dude, your little half cape over the shoulder looks stupid.
You'd think that these guys would learn to stop carrying the Jedi's lightsaber on there, where he can just reach, grab it, and pull it to him.
Right.
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
Warriors against the Jedi.
That woman, excuse me,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
gives me Passy Paz and the Funky Bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is. The dark saber.
And here it is. Its first appearance.
Dun, dun, dun,
Ladies
dun.
and gentlemen and friends of the Republic.
So you're admitting you killed Jedi. Is no one recording this?
This is what I said. Where is the cell phone?
Where's-
Where's the camera to be? Where's the little robot boy? Droid.
We
to
got
be going around
Anakin
recording
going to
all
the
this?
dark side magically on recording thing, even though freaking
Right.
Mace Windu bit the dust for it.
Mhm.
And yet we don't have this. The confession. Hello.
Yeah, no CCTV on the moon of Concordia. Apparently.
Or on Obi-Wan's armor.
All right.
Ever.
Here we go. Hang on. Here it comes. My favorite part. Woohoo!
He has the high ground.
I don't even need a lightsaber to kick your ass. Suck it, Vizsla. I love it. Oh, and then you send your little minions to do it.
That's
your
what happens
Jeeps.
when you fight with your helmet off. Like a little bitch.
Oh, look at him dancing around those rockets. Yep. And then, oh wait, shit, they're homing missiles.
Satine, get the
Gotta
fuck
go.
out.
Gotta go right now.
Oh, hello.
A little touchy-feely there. And that's how we ended up with Corky.
Oh no, Corky's already. Corky is already.
That's how we ended up with Corky the first time. Just saying. Mine
The
was the
life-
more daring of the two rescues.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
No.
I mean, whew, it was a little swoon-worthy. I love this is the first time we get to see the little Mandalorian ships with their rotating.
And just to put all that back on,
I mean, just yeah, ick.
like calla lilies are a pain enough. Imagine sticking that into your headpiece.
Oh man.
And then having to weave your hair through it, and
Nar.
yep, not possible, sweets.
You ain't got no peace.
We would never be part of this war.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
That
Let me
was
introduce you to a gentleman named Maul. Darth Maul.
Oh, Anakin finally
This
just
is-
shows up.
Oh, this is hysterical. He's like, "You look tired, Obi-Wan."
Yeah.
The peaceful ways of the locals wore me out a bit.
Hmm.
I had to fall down an elevator shaft by being
Uh-huh.
shocked by a homing missile. Let's go hang out on the ship.
It was exhausting.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh, the coronet. There it is. The Titanic in space.
Chantel,
Right.
I could do it. LOL.
A great episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
There
the
she
Just the
is.
beginning.
Fun. Yeah.
Lots of it's never a bad episode when you have Satine and Obi-Wan and their little, back and forth.
All their snark.
I mean, it's like all the pieces of a long-term relationship without the, public displays of affection.
In the middle.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, the
Kids,
nag, the poke, nag, smart ass to you back,
Able to speak with only your eyes and figuring each other out. And
true husband and wife communication and play, without having the physical aspect of the relationship.
mm-hmm.
I have to say, when he said, had you said the word, I would have left the Jedi Order, I was like, like the only time it would have ever been okay with Obi-Wan leaving his post.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, forget Anakin, forget all that stuff. Like,
Which helped him understand the relationship between Padme and Anakin. Probably why he didn't, call him out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows that better than anybody,
I do think it's an interesting counterpoint to that story. I think the fact that Satine and Obi-Wan were able to let go of the attachment or not become so obsessed with the attachment, and because they had things that were bigger for them, Obi-Wan had the Jedi Order, she had eventually,
her commitment
to the peace
Mandalore.
and Mandalore, but Anakin, the counterpoint, becomes
couldn't let go,
completely obsessed with Padme and could not let go, including trying to save her from death.
Well, he was also obsessed with the Jedi Order. I mean, this has been my point since Episode 2, Attack of the Clones came out. He could have married Padme and left the Jedi Order and gone and become her arm candy. He could have lived in a happy little world in Naboo and tinkered with droids and taught kids at the school and showed up at the parties at Coruscant and been like, "Hey, Palpy, what's up?" He didn't want that. He wanted her, and he wanted all the power that came with being a Jedi, which is the complete opposite of where we were with Satine and Obi-Wan. I mean, it was almost kind of the gift of the Magi. They were each giving the other up for what they thought the other person wanted, right? They both
and
recognized.
Sidious played two things. Obi-Wan didn't lose his mother the same way Anakin did, and he didn't have Sidious manipulating him every chance he got to keep him in play.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
When they put the little mats in a bowling alley so the kids can't roll a
gutter ball.
Oh yeah.
Sidious was those pads to keep him rolling down the alley.
Yeah.
So
that's one of my favorite comments about Anakin, is that both are true at the same time. That he was a traumatized child who was manipulated by bad people, and he was also a grown-ass man who knew better and made wrong choices and refused to let go when everything and everyone around him told him, this is not okay, this is not right, we're in trouble here. And both are true, which is the interesting story of Anakin. And I love how this particular story arc mirrors people in very similar situations that made very different choices.
Right. Like, you're an adult. Like, any trauma that happened to you as a child, you're responsible for as an adult. Like, learn how to fix yourself. Don't let it consume your life.
And that was, the same, the Buddhist teachings and the teachings of meditation and yoga, they all say the same thing. You have feelings. You acknowledge your feelings. You know they're a part of you. You know they're a part of life around you. You experience them, and then you let them go, and you let them not be what is your driving force, what is making those decisions for you. The Jedi Order was literally there to help him heal from that trauma. It was a way to find a family and a purpose and a life, and to help him process all of those emotions. And he, as you said, Skip, he had Sidious whispering in his ear, trying to get him to do something else. But yeah, it's such a tragedy. My God, it's like George knew what he was doing when he wrote this story or something. I don't know.
Well, it plays out. Anakin is trying to solve his problems by gaining. He's trying to gain more power, more prestige, more control.
More love, more control.
Obi-Wan, he finds a way to let go. He finds a way of solving his problems. But I mean, ultimately, when the problem is literally the galaxy falling around you, he has to let go of everything and then take, a very, humble position on Tatooine to watch what's most important for him, and then to meditate, and then to reconnect with
and then to
Qui-Gon
learn that
and the
what
Force.
he thought was most important, which was hovering around Luke, was not actually what was most important. He had to let go of that in order to go save Leia and then save himself by extension.
Those two individual struggles are happening to the Jedi at large. The Jedi are gaining things like becoming warriors and generals, and versus trying to let go
entwined with the politics of the Republic.
Right. Instead of letting go and getting back to what they originally are supposed to be, which is our keepers of the peace. So that those individual stories are playing out across the Jedi order.
Well, that's the beauty of the Clone Wars is that we watched 4, 5, and 6, and in between, there's this between 3 and 4, there's this story of the Clone Wars, and it takes what was just a vague offhand
2 and 3.
comment.
Between 2 and 3.
I'm sorry, 2 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were going somewhere else.
No. I was just talking about, like, in my mind, I was thinking more about the OG and the prequels. But yeah, that all happened between 2 and 3, and the real critical thing is, these offhand comments in episode 4 of the Clone Wars, and then finding out what they were, and then even with a movie called Attack of the Clones, we still get a very small taste of the Clone Wars, and this series takes that and took something very thin and made it very thick and deep, and allowed us to see in a slower storytelling what really happened.
The layers of tragedy, and the way that this kind of suffering extends through the entire galaxy, through all different kinds of people, whether you're in the war, whether you're out of the war, whether you're trying to profit from the war, whether you're trying to hide from the war, whether you're a soldier, whether you're an innocent victim, whether you're a manipulator or a politician or a Jedi. I mean, I did not think that the Clone Wars was going to be something I wanted to watch when it first came out. I was like, I can't. In a way, I was right. It was too much. It was way too emotional. I had to come back at it in little pieces and chunks because I have trouble regulating my emotions.
COVID made me go to the Clone Wars.
Wow.
I didn't watch the Clone Wars at all until COVID. Just saying.
Well, and we had all these great stories about how Anakin was such a great warrior and leader, and we didn't see that really that much at all in episode 2, and we definitely didn't see it in episode 3. So where do these stories come from? And now we know where those stories come from.
We started off talking about the fact that it's almost 50 years since Star Wars, and some of the brilliance of the writing or just the storytelling is the nuggets that were sort of sprinkled in a single line in episode 4 about the Clone Wars, and it takes us time, and it wasn't predestined or anything. All of us, when we get this story arc, and then there's these, in today's episode, there's these things sprinkled in: the Darksaber, the
Mandalorian Jedi, the Death Watch.
These things are now going to fast forward, and we've got Mandalore, and we got Grogu, and we've got these great story arcs that keep feeding on each other. Just when you get just these little things, but because the story has lasted for 50 years and hopefully another 50 and beyond,
this galaxy, Death Watch and Concord, and now we know where Concord from.
Right. So these little things that maybe don't necessarily translate right away in the story allow future creators to do something with it and keep expanding the world.
Yeah. And that's really where continuity, Ashlee and I were talking about this before last week, that's where continuity comes in, and it's hard when you have such a huge universe of video games and novels and comic books. It's hard to find a way to get them to sync and to flow. And sometimes maybe our favorite stories don't get put in the right way, but I will never not appreciate the idea of trying to tie it all together in a way and then let it flow back out. Like, it just kind of needs to come back around and have these touchstones, and then it can maybe move and grow and flourish from there. because they certainly don't have to do that. There's been plenty of franchises and stories and reboots and everything else out there that just obliterate work from the past. And so I'm always very sentimental and nostalgic and appreciative when I see them trying to bring it in a way, because as Jay has said for years, there's lots of different ways into Star Wars, and there's
Yeah.
lots of different ways to follow it and enjoy it. And so maybe you hear a name or a story or an idea in a show that's on TV, and then it leads you down the rabbit hole of a book series or comic books or video games. And
it's also one of the beautiful things about Star Wars is, I mean, you look at how many times has Superman been reworked, how many times has Batman been reworked, how many
exactly.
times has the Avengers and Iron Man and been, okay, let's start over and tell the story all
With
over
no
again.
respect
People pick
for
and
anything.
choose.
Yeah,
from
we
their
don't, as
favorite
much
comic
as we all love the sequels, we know we're stuck with them. They'll never go back and reimagine or redo those. That's just what we have.
Which I'm fine with the first two. The last one.
Yeah.
I'm a strong person.
I'm a 1 and 3 guy.
I'm the Last Jedi all the way. That was the only decent movie.
Last Jedi was good.
Only decent one. Nope.
I appreciate them all.
You're gonna have to go to town. You're not
I
gonna.
appreciate them all.
It's like, no, we don't have enough time, Sarah, to go into.
Not tonight,
This
sir.
is.
Not
This
tonight.
is. We'll have to pick this up later.
I like JB too much to wind you up and then send you back home to him.
Yeah. It's all yours, JB. Go ahead.
The Last Jedi was a wonderful.
Not enough wine left in the house. Not for that. Not tonight.
So much fun.
Well,
so much fun.
It was a good episode.
This was great.
Yeah, thank you guys for filling in tonight. Honestly, it's
thank you for having us
on this. And yeah, you're welcome back next week for the next chapter.
Voyage of Temptation.
Don't leave us hanging. Don't leave us hanging. We get to see the coronet to the Titanic out in space.
Yeah. And everything goes wrong. Thanks, Death Watch. You jerk faces. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Again, make sure you check us out. Oh, wait, we gotta do the upcoming housekeeping. This week.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got a whole
would
week
fry our ass.
Spencer would be like, "Why are you going to this show right
You
now?
didn't say enough about what's going on.
What's going on?
Sorry.
Tuesday is shenanigans.
It's all Skip's fault. He said sequels. It's all his fault. He's all off base.
So we got Tuesday. We got the shenanigans of the Zoom chat. Come out and hang with us. Wednesday, is it Guardian or is it a Daughters of the Galaxy? Wednesday?
Nope.
Nerf Herder.
Nerf Herder Council.
Nerf
Can
Herder
AI
Council.
write better Star Wars than Disney?
And then
No, AI can't do anything. Please stop pushing the AI. I'm going to jump on it now, but yeah, AI is not the way.
And then Thursday, what are we watching along on Thursday?
Chantel says she's here for the shenanigans on Tuesday.
Fantastic.
It's always a good time.
Yeah, VCN watch along on Thursday. Star Wars content and other media continues with That 70s Show. Of course, the Eric Foreman and Star Wars are like peanut butter and jelly. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So that's 9:30 p.m., 6:30 p.m. Pacific on Thursday night. And then Jedi Archives is Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with Star Wars Unlimited Legends of the Force Booster B. So I'm guessing we're delving into a card game.
Sounds like.
But yeah. So that's it for this week. Make sure you guys get your tickets, and I'm going to go back to this right now because I have to. Spencer will probably reach. Actually, he'll probably drive down here and smack me in the face. Yeah. Oh no, button. Again, Rebel Scum Con is happening August 8th through 10th at the Frisco Conference Center in Frisco, Texas. Make sure you get your tickets for Boonta Eve Special Edition, starring some amazing people, as you can see most of them there.
Boonta Eve.
Boonta Eve. Yes, and
these events are really fun. It's not like
sure
what it is. You actually
all about bringing people together. Both
at Boonta
fans.
Eve. Boonta
Exactly.
Eve.
There we go.
I had to throw that one in there too.
I love it.
And you can see me start to laugh as soon as she says that.
She's so funny. Yeah, and then we have our sponsors. Guys, please check out our amazing sponsors. They make sure that this event exists and that we all have a good time. And our premier sponsor is VIP Home Theaters. Engage your senses at viphometheaters.com. And the rest of our talented sponsors as we went over them earlier. Every single one of these people are kind and generous enough to donate and be part of this. So, and sponsor
Making
this
these
event.
events happen for you.
Yes. So make sure you check out their sites if you are in need of any of their services. And we will see you. There we go.
Next week.
We will see you next Monday. Thank you guys so much and have a fantastic week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All. May the
Thank you
force
all.
be with you.
Long live the Republic.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. More buttons to push.
Hello there. Hi, I'm Mark Connell. I'm the Director of Programming at the Virtual Cantina Network, and I'm here with James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, I know that one well. I have the high ground if I do. Wait, yes. Thank you. Now I have the high ground. And you are watching Clone Wars Revisited. This is the show you're looking for.